Oh, he's
My
dead.
legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer? This is a huge occasion, and I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never...
Oh, I mean...
That's called being complacent.
Oh, come on. That's just...
All right, you two. Qianwei, that was a bit uncalled for. And Mingbo, look, how about this? There's no rule saying we're obliged to stand up while we wait, so why don't we borrow some chairs from the guild?
Fine. They're not the best quality chairs, to be sure. But under the circumstances, it would...
It looks like all 3 candidates have arrived. We'll meet them formally soon. Before that, I've split it into 2 stages. Current affairs and plan. In the first stage, candidates are required to submit a manifesto for Liyue's development. Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
Wow, one of them is really thick.
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave them. Whoever is appointed as the new Tianshu will be expected to implement their plan as put forward in their manifesto. Failing the occurrence of some cataclysmic event, they will not be permitted to change their plan. Therefore, these 3 piles of documents in front of us represent where each candidate stands on key policy issues. There's still some time. Have a skim through. I'll be waiting off to the side. Just... Finished, huh?
Everyone took it very...
Of course they did. They have the chance to be picked as the new Tianshu, so you can bet. And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute their plan as written. Nobody wants to have any regrets. That's for me to know. We'll see the candidates now. Let's...
Yes, ma'am.
Oh? So you 2 are the assessment officers, are you? I had assumed that given the great import of this situation, Lady Ningguang would perhaps be assessing us in person. I certainly hadn't imagined I'd be seeing 2, and I trust you've read through my manifesto? I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult.
Mind your tone, Miss...
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. I was simply stating a fact. Cloud Retainer? You know this Adeptus? Oh, with your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of erudition. Perhaps you will be able to understand the concepts I have put forward.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes. Please, and...
I'm, Mingbo. I've worked there for, 9 years. I have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in, my current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for, auditing the accounts. To be more precise, there are 3 parts to the...
Is it just...
You know what? Let's leave the self-introduction.
Oh,
Hello. What would you like to know? You're here to assess me, so ask away and I'll...
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields. How can you be sure that you have the ability to put your plan...
Very fair question. I completely understand, but I'm confident in my plan. I've visited many different places, talked to lots of people with far more expertise than myself, and my manifesto is the conclusion of these efforts. Of course, 2 different problems can be interconnected in very complicated ways, and you might reach 2 very contradictory conclusions depending on which...
How do you plan to determine whether you are right or wrong about your...
A great question. Well, I'd start by having my colleagues and the secretaries of the Yuehai Pavilion evaluate any proposals before implementation. Post-implementation, it would all come down to the result. If it turned out that my judgment was to blame for poor results...
Nice answer. All right.
He seems like a great guy. Everything he said was thoughtful and logical, and he was just a pleasure.
Here's my take on what we just learned. As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes many excellent ideas in his manifesto, which effectively target the big issue. But he is very proud and incredibly stubborn. He doesn't care much about other people. Mingguo's plan is more thorough and more measured. You can tell he's meticulous in his work, but he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites. Mingguo is not very articulate and comes across as very timid.
Perfect summary. Paimon.
Last but not least, Zhi. His manifesto is full of pertinent details. His methodology is the depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tian's. Having someone like Zhi take the position would certainly put Uncle Tian...
Great.
We'll see.
one with the Force.
All right.
Those 3 candidates, but Qianwei.
Whoa. So how did you get...
Qianwei was a first. We first met while Zhi came from. He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quickly he got up right. And now the young are growing up.
I don't know, Uncle Tian. You still seem in pretty good shape to me.
Oh, you. There's
Sounds like you sure love...
There's nothing quite...
Fresh fish soup.
Doesn't it? When we've been fishing recently, Zhi always brings some extra ingredients he prepared in advance. That flavor makes for a fond memory.
Ooh, can Paimon come next time?
Let's get back to the matter at hand.
I appointed you as the assessor. Had you not asked me why Zhi's ideas were so similar to mine, I was not going to mention This decision must be guided by what is fair. Remember.
Understood. Come on, let's go talk some...
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian. So, it's gonna... His
It's not...
Huh? So,
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you... The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. The truth is almost... For example...
Yes?
Lady Yelan, what are your orders?
ugh, who are they?
Did they scare you? These two, as my trusted assistants, they are always standing guard nearby. They also perform Shanghua is a business expert who gets his information by trading. Wenyuan relies on word of mouth.
That meathead must have been out there on sea surveillance for some time now. Is he all right? I seem to remember that he can't swim.
Nothing can take that guy down. Certainly not a little...
Shanghua, visit all the commerce guilds and look into Qianwei's background. Wenyuan, go to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yes, ma'am.
So what about Jury?
Zhi, well, obviously as the most promising candidate. Let's go to the docks first.
If we're looking for information, he does business.
That's actually...
Huh. Certainly wasn't expecting that.
Look, come on. I accidentally dropped Alright. I'll let you in on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't. If you won't take him, I'll just have to partner with them and...
Okay, well, when you put it that way... Oh, what are you doing here? And to be clear, these Sunsetias are mine. I got to them first. Don't get any ideas.
Actually, we were to ask...
Juri, I've heard a story about him. That one of his neighbors was terribly rude to him all the time. But Juri, he returned...
Oh, he sounds like a decent...
Why are you asking? Well then...
Where?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Linlo. Come on, try not to let him...
I'll just go and fetch an employment contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this.
I understand. Let's walk and talk. So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
The truth is, an old friend of mine, who likes to have a drink now and then, he fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me, then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
Thank you very much, Miss Linlong.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Juri. These days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their old friends. It's nice to see. I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me. Juri seems to get along really well. Are you satisfied now?
We shouldn't jump to conclusions.
Wait, you're not just...
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But hey, if I do become Tianshu, I'll look out for you guys. You'll be able to try all the finest food for free.
We will? Well, come on!
Keep up.
The wharf is as busy as ever. I hear the anglers here sometimes sell their fish to the nearby fish.
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Sorry to interrupt. We're actually members of the... We've heard about this young man called Juri who's...
Whoa! You made up a whole fake identity.
Ah, yes, Jury. He's been making quite... Apparently, he had a rather tough... How does that saying go? What doesn't kill...
Yeah, we think...
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might be...
Oh?
He's good at a lot of things, but fishing isn't one of them. He fishes at the wharf. His catches are always mediocre. Not terrible, but equally nothing to write home about. If you're looking to recruit some new members, though...
That sounds fantastic.
Sure thing. See you.
Everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Come on, let's keep asking around.
Here to buy some fish? You better hurry, when they're gone.
Hello, we're from the...
Wow, she's...
Society for Fish Price Research.
Please, don't worry. We've heard about a certain Juri who's...
So this isn't about me. You should have said something, you know. I haven't heard anything about him selling fresh fish at low prices, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was.
Huh?
Because he's so poor. His parents died when he was very young, and his alcoholic father still owed a huge amount of debt. No, he was still a kid when he first came to the wharf. His clothes were ragged, and he managed to survive, thanks to Uncle Tien, who gave him some food. But still to this day, he doesn't have... I mean, he can afford to eat and everything, but you'll often see him haggling with others over just a few more. So, it's not like he catches much.
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I spoke to him once, briefly, and I just had a feeling that he really cares what other people think of him. I think he has pretty low self-esteem, but hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. What he's achieved already puts... But nobody's perfect.
I see. Well...
Not a problem. And just for the record, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the price of my fish.
The more times you say it, the less convincing it...
Doesn't have a lot of more...
Hey, it's you guys! Wait, what's the phrase? Oh yeah, honored to meet you. What brings you to me?
The truth is, we are but newcomers to this territory. We heard tell of a great martial artist, Master Dugu, who knows everything there is to know.
Really?
But of course. We also heard that Master Dugu is a...
Great! So what do you wish to know? Nothing happens on this street that...
Now she's lying to a kid.
So, Master Dugu...
Sure have. You mean that guy? I've heard many tales of... Probably because it's nothing that important.
Oh, I can completely...
Oh yeah, I know that. Before that, people always used to talk about Juri in a kind of nasty tone of voice. But 2 or 3... Sometimes he gives me candies. So I'm glad that people are...
Just as I...
Huh?
I mean, just as I thought, Master Dugu...
Oh yeah, one other thing. These days, there's a lot of people I've never seen before talking about Juri stories in the street.
Oh,
great. So next time I see them...
Certainly. You can also tell my friend in Yenshang Tea House about what they're up to. I'm sure my...
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Until we meet again.
Any of that sound strange to you?
Strange? Well, Mr. G seems to have a great...
True. But the issue is, where did his sudden
Sudden? Too good to be true.
So he returns cruelty with kindness, and had to work to support his studies. These are the kinds of things that make someone well known in their hometown. But Uncle Soon said even his friends who travel far and wide hear about him wherever they go. Do you remember what Dugu Shuo said about Juri's stories? Clearly they left him with a good impression of the guy. But beyond that, he wasn't interested in the details. That's the reaction I would expect from any normal person. Plus, there's the fact that all this praise of Jur-E has only been happening his childhood, his studies.
When you put it like...
Of course, if that's all there was to it, Jur-E was born into a poor family. Paying people to get his stories out there is within the rules of the game as far as I'm concerned. The problem is, do you remember what Uncle Gao said about him? He's stayed poor his whole life. Everything he's earned he's either spent on studying, traveling, or paying off debts. I don't think he has the mora to pay for a publicity campaign. Right. And that changes everything. It can mean a powerful faction is trying to... That's the worst case scenario. But all too...
Someone's trying to gain even if we ask Jur-E...
First, we need to find out. Remember the current affairs and... Whoever is secretly helping Jur-E must be seeking to benefit from his actions after his appointment. Come on. Let...
Ad Astra. Thank you for
Jur-E's manifesto covers a huge range of topics. Look, I'll divide the reports into... Officially, the assessment is already over, and I'll be expected to announce the results before long. Whatever else Uncle Tian might think of Jur-E, the fact remains that he's one of his... Any evidence he's left is not going to be immediately obvious.
Even though Yela... Well... Oh, this reading.
Looks like I'm the first one back, as usual.
Oh, hey! It's one of Yelan's little helpers! If you're back, that means...
You betcha. I visited all the commerce guilds and gathered a wealth of information. Every time they asked me to leave, but I always had another trick up my sleeve.
Don't drag this out.
Yes, Lydia, to summarize my findings, most people who've had interactions with Qianwei will start out complaining about how proud and arrogant he is, but then go on to give a generally positive appraisal of him. The young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Qianwei appears arrogant, but he's very scrupulous in the way he works. Once he signs a contract with somebody, he treats them fairly regardless of their background.
Who'd have thought?
Is it possible that his reputation is fake?
In theory, that should be very difficult. But here's the thing. I asked around and found out that almost all of Qianwei's accounts are open to the public. Where he buys from and sells to should be confidential business information, but he doesn't seem interested in protecting it at all. Qianwei often sees business opportunities that others don't, but once he's made enough mora off of it, it's like he gets sick of it and releases all of his trade secrets. It's like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if he shares all of his secrets. The fact that someone like that can still make mora is pretty infuriating when you think about it.
What a strange guy. It's like he's not doing business to make...
To validate his theories. No wonder his manifesto contains so many insights. It's all the result...
I'm back! Huh? Why do you think? Obviously, because I possess superior skills and am always one step ahead of the competition.
You... Ugh, whatever. I'm not getting into an argument with you. Lady Yela,
Well, we're all...
The Ministry of Civil Affairs says that Mingbois struggles to get his words out when he gets nervous. Especially, but after a few days of getting to know him, you can pretty much have...
In your opinion, was the Ministry of Civil Affairs...
I don't believe so. Mingbois is someone who has slowly but surely earned... According to Miss Yu, the Ministry often gets Mingbois to take a final look at projects before they're implemented. Oh, and also, there was once someone in the Ministry who was lying and cheating to try to advance their career. Mingbois gave them the scolding of a lifetime.
Whoa.
Like I said before.
Ah! So that's what you meant by that.
Thank you both. You're free to go now. So, have you... I can't see any immediate... The only one that strikes me as a little unusual is Jiangshu Pool has always been home to many secrets. Plus, Ajdaha once wrought havoc there, so there are even more secrets buried. At some point, a rumor began to go around that there is a long time ago, with the approval of the Qixing, a mining...
So, did they find it?
None. The ruin was completely The technology wasn't mature enough at that. Zhi-Yi's manifesto focuses on solving problems, and this treasure hunt seems extremely risky. Still, this one fact alone doesn't tell us much. Everyone wants to get their hands on this treasure.
Excavation? Project? Treasure? Did we read anything similar in our half of the man? Oh yeah! Juri said the Blackcliff Forge workers should get right of first refusal if any suitable...
Did he now? Well, that makes everything much clearer. So...
Does that mean the Blackcliff Forge is Juri's secret?
No, not likely. I've looked into the Blackcliff Forge before. They do possess some specialized explosive. Still, since the clues are pointing toward the...
Shenwei and Mingboy... What about Juri? Is there another side to him too?
This is the Blackcliff Forge. Let's look around for clues. From the back, it looks like a ledger. But it seems we don't know who wrote it, but...
You think there's a...
Yes. At this rate, by the time the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan is ready to roll, they'll be the technical backbone of the team. That'll give them the chance to take a lot of liberties. They can copy any secret texts or steal any... Imagine if we didn't suspect anything. By the time Jur-E recommends the Blackcliff Forge for the excavation project, at most we would maybe do a fresh back. No red flags if all they did was change some key staff. And even if we decided to vet the staff individually, they'd have had... That's the advantage of planning this far in advance.
When you put it like that, it all makes sense. So...
That's a question for the newcomers.
Excuse...
I gotta say, these newcomers are in tip-top shape. My only complaint is that they're always going out drinking at night. I guess they just need some time to adjust.
They go out drinking?
You got that right. It rained after work today. Hey, you're only young.
Interesting. Looks like our hunch was on the Mora, drinking in Leo. Good thing it rained today. It means they'll leave footprint.
They went that way! Hurry, we gotta catch up! This
Just as I thought. They didn't go to Liyue Harbor. They went that way. The footprints stop here, but judging from the direction, I'm guessing their destination.
Incoming!
Looks like we were too late. This has gotta be where the newcomers rendezvous with who. Look at these ashes. Someone was burning documents not.
Could there be anything left? Maybe the wind could have pulled.
The odds of that are very.
Why don't we wait for
We can't count on that. To me, that's.
Darn!
Make no mistake. The purpose of our trip wasn't to find any solid evidence. I smelled something Those newcomers probably thought they'd be safe as long as they burned the letters. But what they failed to consider is that paper and ink from different regions produce different...
Really?
There is a certain place with a freezing cold climate where there's nothing but ice as far as the eye can see. Some wealthy people there put floral fragrance in their ink as a way of injecting when that fragrant ink is burned. This is the exact odor that it leaves behind. Exactly. The evidence will soon be blown away by the... But it's all I need.
Lady Yelan! Oh, thank goodness I finally found you. I thought I'd never...
Don't be alarmed. This is Upei. He's Wenyuan and I sent him to look into Jur-E's regular contacts. Since I left him a note at Yanshang Tea House telling him to look for me at Blackcliff Forge when he got back. If there'd been an ambush waiting for us there, it means we'd have had some backup. So, what did you find out at sea?
Forgive my incompetence. I asked all the fishermen multiple times, but none of... When I got back, I heard that you'd gone to Blackcliff Forge and might need backup. So I went...
Well, Uncle Tian said that Jur-E once bought a recipe from one of the fishermen.
What? No, that's not possible. It's absolutely not possible. Lady Yelan, I'm telling you, I spoke to every single fisherman out...
Interesting. Then I wonder how that even more wonderful fish...
Fish soup?
Nothing. Our priority right now is... Well, any suggestions? Not a bad idea. Upei, what do you think?
Honestly, I've already tried following Juri, but the guy's too cautious. Never meets with...
Okay, so...
No, we'll still need to tail him.
Groundwork?
When you've worked in intelligence for a long time, you'll understand. Tomorrow morning, I'll announce his victory at Yuehai Pavilion. Be sure to arrive on time.
Come on.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not.
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gray. What's going on? I travel...
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost.
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get...
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But...
So...
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad. But I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Ride. So I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there? When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millwith guards for directions to the pharmacy. I asked the Millwith guys to go find him, but...
You came to the right place.
We're proud.
Junction can help. She has a good sense of smell.
Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Sheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy.
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baiju?
Uncle.
Sheng, now's not the... My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition? As much as you can recall.
Yes, Uncle... Dr. Baiju.
I see. And your family lives near Qingse Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't...
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Rite. She always tells me to just stay at home.
Are you? By any...
Whoa, yeah, it is.
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you...
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu.
Oh, really? Well, that's one...
Chi-Chi and I need to clear...
Family.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me?
I didn't know she had a seal on her leg. Interesting. And on her arm. I thought she only had the one in the front. Any more? Any more seals? No, those are it.
There are still so many places for us to explore. Your cooking is as good as ever. Even if there is no changing the set. So don't take this the wrong way or anything, but okay, fine. I should have known you. So next question. The stars?
Paimon understands. Being separated with what we'll find the truth together. Sure as Paimon's your guide. Just you wait, Heavenly Principles, and you too, Teyvat. You know what? We've talked too long about this sad stuff. Let's talk about something happy instead. All right. It's getting dark, so why don't you rest? Paimon will take first watch. Don't worry, no monster's gonna come and eat you up. Oh, come on! Don't say that! Paimon just wants to look after Nighty-Night. Go.
Hey, time to wake up. The sun has risen. What a deep sleeper. Tear stains. All right. Rest here a bit longer then. I'll head into the forest to...
Halt! What? This place is not whatever you think it is. Nor should you be poking your travel companion. You mean your companion departed for the forest early? What business is that of yours, All you need to... Do I make myself quite clear? Leave. Well, what are you waiting for? I'm warning you, no funny. Okay, fine. Whatever. Just move aside. You... But no overreacting to anything you see in here, okay? Come on, then. Mind your... How could he be? He was too young for anything like that. So don't you lay a finger on him. Just find yourself a corner to rest if you're... Huh? You? No, Conria? Who are you? Do you worship a god, traveler? Sounds like you've had an eventful life. All right. I apologize for my earlier hostility, but you must understand. As far as I'm concerned, humans who do not worship the Seven are nigh extinct, and all who place faith in the gods are my enemies. That may be. But the fact is that chances to talk to people like yourself have been this wretched curse of immortality. Who knows how long I must continue to suffer the curse? It was... We lost our home. Our loved ones. Everything. All we can do is watch helplessly. although Conria began with a single bloodline, it was a home to others too. Any who forsook their gods and came to Conria were welcomed as our fellow citizens. When the cataclysm came, we pure-blood Conrians were declared the greater sinners. Upon us, the gods placed the curse of
Hello there.
immortality. But those whose ancestry belonged to the domains of other gods were punished with the curse of the wilderness as they fled, turning them into monsters. He is Kari Bear, my illegitimate son. How times have changed. I can say that out loud with no consequence now, but it was once a matter of unspeakable shame. I was a noble of Conria, by blood, but I resented the life that my family had arranged for me. And then, one day, I met a beautiful woman amongst the people. Her roots were in Mondstadt, but that mattered not to me. It was love at first sight. Kari Bear faced great hardship from the very moment of his birth. All due to my selfish desires, and I was never able to be there by his side for any of it. After all that, he turned into a hilly troll right before my very eyes. I always owed him much, and now at least I can finally be close to him. She was. We were separated. I do not wish to dwell on it. It could be worse. I suffer the pain of loss because I once had everything I could wish for. And now that I have lost almost everything, the little that remains I see with new clarity. If nothing else, at least I still have Kari Bear. Yes, that reminds me. I only returned here to check on Kari Bear, but I do have other things I wish to do.
Alrighty. So, if you're still here, welcome to me catching up to the story of Genshin. I've got a lot to go through, and I just decided to do the Archons for now. Got pretty much however far I can go before I get bored to try and go for this man. I think I'm at like 58 right now. So whatever I can get, I can get. If I get him, awesome. If I don't, unfortunate. We'll just wait for the god. The water god.
I'm sure you're wondering why well, it's because one which will help him to recover his... I do not hope to break the curse. I am well aware of my powerlessness against the punishment of the gods. But it is said that this medicine is imbued with the power of Sumeru's god of wisdom and can awaken the mind from a state of deep stupor. It has been used in the past to treat cases of mania. I believe that it might just work. I read about it in a book. From the Royal Library of Conria. In my youth, I disliked the life of nobility and craved excitement. What? The gods have already punished us. What does one more sin matter? Never mind. As long as you understand. I'm sorry. I struggle to take control of my mood sometimes. Perhaps a consequence of having lived too long. As it happens, my hands don't have the dexterity. Okay. Also, do you have any of Sumeru's regional specialties on it? Oh, wonderful. This is...
Hold on. I have these.
Is it? Well, the moment has finally arrived. No! I said before that this medicine which means we must pay a visit to a statue of the Seven. Let's go.
I know there was one right there. If I would have used that instead. I just jumped around. Actually, no, that definitely wasn't there earlier.
Look at this statue. How can I bow before this thing? God of wisdom, you and your kind, you. God of wisdom, I seek not to my son. If everything the gods have done was in order to have the impious people of... Then I bow to you now. I have given up all I ask. Please. Bear? Well, we've prepared the medicine. Kari Bear, it's me. It's your father. Kari Bear, Kari Bear. I'm sorry I couldn't be at your side when you were, but I'm here now. Are you still angry with me? I know. I'm so sorry, Kari Bear. Forgive me. Please. Please. Oh, gods above! What more do you took? I give you my... The gods of this world have never stood with humanity, not even for a moment. Other reasons. What do you mean? Huh. You really think so? Give up? Even if I must stay here with him for... The most crucial ingredient in this medicine is the unusual mushroom, which I The details don't matter, right? There is a waterfall. I'll be here, watching Karibe. Good.
Oh, what was that one? Didn't really look like it, even though I was going to it.
I see everything.
Oh. That waterfall do be looking different.
Everyone hold hands.
My resources. Huh.
Ah, you're back. Coribear's condition is stable. By which I mean he still isn't responding. Anyway, give me the water. I need you to stand guard here for a while. Whatever you do, don't let... Ah, good.
Busted. No.
Hey! Everyone hold hands.
Gotcha.
I'm going in. I see everything.
Don't walk away.
What happened? Was it monsters? Oh, thank goodness you were here. I couldn't have taken them on all by myself. Oh, yes, I've got the fertilizer. Next, we pick the mushrooms and repeat the same steps as before to make another dough. Oh, sorry. I have been so very wary for many years. I do indeed. That's why it was just a fleeting thought. We're here. Wait a moment. Hey, what was that? Oh no, he must have left while we were... Come on!
Yeah, he didn't have the little arm thing, bro. That's not your boy.
That's not... Right. Coribear's scarf would... My eyes must be going. Yes. It doesn't seem... Yes. Did it go in here? What a ghastly place. Huh. It looks like they're... worship? I've never seen anything like... Oh...
Should really do a better job of making the steps actually the same as all day characters. Movement should change on the steps so that they I don't even know why I'm following them. Let's just keep going. doing normal attack. HP still actually might be good for you, but we ain't gonna do anything for now because we don't know.
Is this
Interesting.
a teleportation device? What energy is powering it?
Well, I keep forgetting that I want to be a MC every single time I start one of these.
I see everything. Everyone hold hands.
Busted. Quietly now.
Alright, no climbing. And no using your brain.
How did I get on the ceiling? Did the room turn upside down, or gravity itself?
I understand.
It seems like I need to find a place to insert the rune.
There it is.
Take it easy. Gotcha.
I see Dominion! I wanna go home.
Oh, God. Let's clean back up there real quick. Let's do that real quick, and that.
Winter.
Quiet, Mike. Here comes the catch.
That really hurt. Let's light it up. Going in.
And devour!
Who was that? He was a perfect being. He had the most wondrous aura, and yet you were able to defeat him. Let's continue on. I think we've made it to the end.
Oh, dear creature, why do you bow down? For fear of the unknown? Oh, dear creature, why do you bow down? You are like a flower, born in sin, yet pure, spotless. You need no longer hold back your resentment. Go forth, become a transcendent one. Rise, and I shall shed a tear at the end of time, as I gaze back.
What? When I saw that thing, my heart was... I feel... is that so?
It's the weirdest Archon quest, I ain't gonna lie.
Coribert! Oh, thank goodness! He's still okay! I have, for this to happen, you say that I bowed before that thing, so perhaps it might be just... I have... Coribert! Oh, my goodness, it worked! You see? It... Mama is... Coribert, look...
Of course.
How do you...
Yes. It feels like I just woke up from a long... Papa?
Don't panic, son. It's just... there's no more Conway here. In this world, you have to be
Am I?
No, of course not. Look, Cory Bear, you still have Mama's scarf on your arm. Yes, really. Oh, and never take. Understand?
Okay, Papa.
Not since that day have I been so... Once a murderer, always a murderer. I was naive to think that the gods who conspired against us would ever offer redemption. But the gods...
That's no redemption.
That gave. Oh, now, that was a truly mighty god. Nothing like one of the seven. That wondrous power, it was truly enchanting. Surely that must have been the reason I bowed down. Now then, after one beseeches a god, and the god responds by answering their prayers, should they, do something to show their devotion? Piety is hardly my area of expertise. But surely I should honor the god that has honored my wishes. A sinner? Oh, don't be absurd. You and I have both witnessed. No matter. I am going to pay my respects with or without you.
Or an idiot. To jump off that. Not immediately going to glide form. Fucking bitch. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'll be here so long. We're here for the long run, that's right.
Busted.
Impossible! What happened? The Hilly Churl worshippers have disappeared. Was it all an illusion? That's true. Yes, it was neither illusion nor Let's go, traveler. There is surely a reason for its disappearance, and I do believe that someday in the future, we shall see it. Could he really?
Miracle, nothing's happened to his son every time he left.
Cory Bear? Where has he gone? Oh, no. Maybe someone else came by and found... No, it can't have been that. There's no sign of a break-in and no sign of anyone having been here. This does not bode well. What if he's spotted by a forest ranger? Wait a minute. This isn't how we left it. Oh, no. The mirror, it's broken! He must have taken his mask off. And... if he'd just done as he was told... we have to find him. It's his scarf. Looks like we're going the right way. Come on.
Take it easy.
Cory Bear! Cory Bear! Where are you? Curses! Forest rangers.
Hey! Who are you? We haven't seen you around here before. What's your business here?
Have you seen a, Hilly Churl?
I asked you first.
I said, have you...
Hey, whoa! There are Hilly Churls everywhere. What's the...
Exactly! Matter of fact, we just took out a few of them back then.
You forest ranger scum!
You're raving mad!
Curse you all, forest rangers.
I don't get it. Why make such a...
He'd only just regained his mind, so tell me.
Jeez. You're really not gonna let the... I was frightened at first, but it didn't seem to have any interest in me at all. It was just bumbling along in that direction. So I left it alone.
Wait, you're leaving? Not even a...
Cory Bear! Cory Bear, stop! Whatever you saw, I told you. Cory Bear? How could this happen? Come, Cory Bear. We have to go home now. Papa's here.
Papa?
Cory Bear.
Papa, I can't take it.
Please, Cory Bear. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. If only I'd known.
It's all too much. Papa!
Finally, it... Aha! Traveler! Wait, no. Why am I still calling you Traveler? Oh, I have known your true identity for some time now. Oh, of course you haven't. With your status, you can hardly be expected to know all of us. In any case, I've been using a fake name this entire time. My real name is Clotar Alberich. You saw it too, didn't you? Unmistakable, eh? The power inside Caribert and the power of the one you call us. I am positive that... Oh, at long last, I have seen it with my own eyes. That is no business of yours. A sinner. Yes. Salvation for us. Caribert did not deserve his fate, but now... It's wonderful. Born into abject sorrow, shall now become the Loom. Sinister. Oh, I never imagined that you, of all... We once believed that you would bring new strength to us. You were the Abyss. A wondrous, and the one who controls the Abyss can control everything. We yearned for that future. But what did you... Oh, Prince of Conria?
What did he just call me?
Traveler! Traveler!
You're awake! Oh, thank goodness you're awake! Paimon was worried sick!
What happened while you were unconscious? I checked the ley lines nearby. It appears that the Abyss tampered with information and memories flow within the ley lines. What did you witness? You mean Clotar Alberich? After founding the Abyss Order, his faith in the Abyss led him to do a great many things. But the curse of immortality continued to torment his body and mind. And in the end, neither his faith nor the Abyss he worshipped. After 100 years, he lost his mind, yet his dark legacy lived on. The defiled statue that we encountered previously was just one perverse product of his use of abyssal power during his... You could say that. He wouldn't be the Abyss Order's prince otherwise.
Are you alright? You have a trouble...
So you saw his memories from centuries ago, through your own eyes. It all but defies belief. Still, as I'd suspected, the notion of the Loom of Fate did indeed rear its head during that time. And it seems closely connected to Clotar, and yet your brother never breathed a word of this incident to me. I wonder, was that the moment that he decided to go down this path? Indeed. Clearly, this series of events sparked a long period of deep contemplation. This... what is it?
The field?
You mean here? Well...
You scared the Duke out of Paimon! Did you rebury them yet?
A male and female skeleton. Interestingly, the male skeleton appears to have been interred much later. And it's holding a silk scarf in its hand. But what does this mean? And how did you know that there were bodies buried here? What? Unless Clotar Albery finally... This all raises far too many questions. We should part...
Huh? You're just gonna...
It's better that we split up for now.
Who's he?
Yes. I have my suspicions as to his identity, but I need to confirm if the time is right.
But what do you mean that he saw the Traveler? How is that possible?
I fear that while these things would limit anyone else, they are no obstacle to him.
What? Why? What is...
All right, let's leave it there.
There goes Dane. What is it? Huh?
Huh. Well, might as well. Ain't got nothing else to lose.
Look who it is. Running into you in a place like this? I can see you two still love wandering around.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? We're usually taking care of some serious business. Even though it may have nothing to do with our journey. But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. Just escorting a shipment of goods. I'm on my way to report back. That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about anyway? Huh? You serious? Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. I'm starting to feel sad just thinking about it. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to...
Thanks, but no need. Paimon had no clue you'd miss us so much.
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some waterways. Knowing you two, I'm sure it won't be anything you can't handle. So, when are you leaving?
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes.
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going-away party or anything. Though, now that I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today without you.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahida? Oh, good point. Then there's no need to...
Then, I guess this is goodbye for now, traveler in Paimon.
Goodbye, dear. Bye-bye, Sumeru.
And then just like that, with magic, we're there. Wait, hold up. Okay, why did I just start on that side? That's so weird.
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port! Wow! Everything looks so advanced in Fontaine! Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines! Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found... What do you think? Good idea! Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah! More... So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? Nahida said that she has a very To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened.
Excuse me. Can I help you two?
Hi. We're
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really? Like, a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it sound like some kind of story.
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on an act while harboring ulterior motives. Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid enough. Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just...
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that? Not to question Fontaine's way of doing things. It's just that putting someone on trial is usually a very serious thing.
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette, as well as the machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
Is it some kind of machine, too? Wait, I almost forgot to ask you our question.
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could...
I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon...
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But who knows how long making an appointment will take? Guess we could have a look around the city in the meantime. Hey! What are you looking over there for? Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her.
Time for a house call.
There are still so many places for us to explore.
Huh?
Oh, okay then.
About many things, actually.
but there's no. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were.
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
No, people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And no, I can still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now, it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. But now, the water is gradually... It won't...
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh!
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you! Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us! Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that it won't be long before it engulfs you too?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment.
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not...
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here.
Oh! Alright then. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House.
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, please, follow me. You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it's...
So, she's the Hydro Archon?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and her companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations. But fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flip.
Whoa. Talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler?
Hey, what's all the commotion?
Of course! That's the blonde traveler.
Ooh, I've got to see this.
Yes, but you may consider this.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Are you not afraid?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend.
Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. They're getting...
You see. Then, as the god of justice...
Right. This is fun.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've... Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, according to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month.
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that?
Precisely!
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil. I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy.
Great magician
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving. So, with such an audience gathered...
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon.
Huh? You call that mad?
I'm not sure what to think. It's...
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny.
Performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your but when there aren't but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny.
mention it, I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. So, now do you see what kind of god...
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were...
I just know it will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Font.
But isn't the Opera House where...
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House... And speaking of...
My brother's always excited to make...
Oh, sure. We don't really have...
Splendid. In that... You really mean... This is a magical item known as a magic pocket.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... I'm not sure exactly when it began. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the Nation of Justice holds trial after trial, until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful in the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people...
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in...
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these...
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the...
That's exactly what the people did at first. But... in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely...
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But...
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help...
I don't want to help. I don't like Fontaine already. Well, might as well continue.
So you're the blonde traveler that... Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. Thanks. Oh, please.
What's this? So you also believe in...
What? You mean...
No, I believe in prophecy. The story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean and couldn't live. As time wore on, people desired to live on land, developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea within their bodies. Thus could people say... So, if you ask me, water ride.
Oh, we hadn't heard that.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the...
Dang. Saw because I dive in motion.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Life is all about...
You just...
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that...
I want to be playing Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what? Yes, but that...
Is there anything else you need?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking...
So, you want to collect material?
Oh, that would be much...
Oh.
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect for maritime flowers.
Alright, we're not reaching that one. Oh, and we can't do it forever. Oh, there's the easier solution. Actually, let's get to you before that disappears. Although this makes you weaker in terms of health. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's right, we have energy now. This can give us just as much energy. Fuck. Were they on this side? Oh. I'm so used to them automatically throwing me in the cutscene. I was not ready for this.
That. I can tell you're an maybe next time you...
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here...
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House?
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong?
She's obvious. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right, let's...
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait. Oh, Did she notice us? What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also be... Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lenny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, anyway, I should be going.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle, and
I'll be all right.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get...
I have to admit that the thief was even... But at least we were able to get the stolen items.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out...
All right. Look...
Time for my second ride.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around.
This is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can...
So you mean it's still boring, even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just... Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
What a...
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
What? Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte!
Oh, I never guessed I'd bump into you all riding the aquabus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were coming. Though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us. Oh, let Paimon introduce...
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows it... So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. You're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste. Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women?
That's right. These stories are the talk of the town right now. And if I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's... Oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters...
So, what is the...
That's right. The first missing girl case, and ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. But the scariest part is that to this day, many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way,
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of... I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were...
Please don't imagine that.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be...
Yeah, us as well!
I have an interview to get to.
Okay, I'm in hopes we...
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop.
What a tough job. Always running around and...
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first?
Sure, we wouldn't...
All right. That was a way to just take photos right off. Oh, here it is.
Everyone hold hands. One strike will suffice. That? Here. Sharing my knowledge.
Taking a turn for the better.
Cut down. You're not going anywhere. Frozen food. Committed to memory.
Mind the side effect.
Positions. Yeah. All eyes on me. This may train a little. Yeah. The Temple of Wisdom. The doctor was seeing.
Remember, health comes first. Mind the side effects.
I
Another test subject.
Water jet!
Man. Let's not get distracted, shall we? We have to open up the map first. Got plenty of time to do the other thing.
I see everything. Positions.
That's Tingle?
Water jet!
Another test subject.
Taking a turn for the better. A bitter pill to swallow.
Wipe out!
Grow! The doctor was here.
Wow, what a lovely surprise. Let me help you pack this up. Here. Everyone hold hands.
Seems like an emergency. A bitter pill to swallow.
This dance is for you.
No. I meant to do that first. I wasted it. Soiled it. Camera manipulation. There's just a random enemy on top of this mountain. I chose not to recover my stamina before coming up here. Either way, goal achieved. Oh! That was not what I was expecting. But then again, it makes sense because my stamina was low.
Taking a turn for the better.
Is this an answer from this world?
Man.
A reward on the road.
We'll deal with you later.
Mind the side effects.
This may hurt a little.
A reward on the road.
They say you scale with HP, right? Only the... Ah, I understand now.
I see everything. Wipe out! Water jet! I'm seeing stars. The statue was sealed.
Seems like an emergency.
With all my strength. Take. Sharing my knowledge. All eyes on me. That hurt a little. I see everything.
What, bitch?
find the side effect.
Committed to memory. Ha! With all my strength. For you.
What the fuck?
Wow, what a lovely surprise. Wow, what a lovely surprise. Here.
Remember, health comes first.
Dance with the waves. Everyone hold hands. Here. Yeah. Hey. Water jet.
I'll keep this close.
stage for an Oculus. And will something appear here? I wasn't talking about you, who's obviously gonna lead me away.
I'll keep this close.
A bitter pill to swallow.
This dance is for you.
Is this an answer from this world?
Bombed away. Go. This might hurt a little. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that needs to change. Any spare Hydra ones. We do not. Except for that. Do we really want to rob you once again? I mean, your crits don't matter. We ain't built you for that anyways.
seems like an emergency.
The doctor will see. Everyone hold hands.
I'll keep this close.
Well, hello there.
I see everything. Make yourselves at home. Wipe out!
A bitter pill to swallow. Mind the side effects.
Go!
Taking a turn for the better.
All right. I thought you could destroy those things, but I guess not. time I want it. Interesting. And that shows that the water gets drained in this area somehow. Cool. Cool. I think I'm done with this game for now. Good night.